So, do you want a kitchen that looks like it's straight out of a design magazine? Well, if your kitchen is looking a little sad, or you want to give the space an instant refresh, kitchen cabinet painting project is a cost-effective way to completely transform the room. In my today's episode of Home Improvement, I'm going to reveal the most common mistakes to avoid when painting kitchen cabinets, from prepping to painting and drying. Make sure to watch till the end, because if you miss any of one mistake, you might ruin your next kitchen cabinet project. So the most common mistake is not testing your paint color. I know choosing a color can be the hardest part of all. I mean, the best way to be sure you have the right color is to put it to the test. Try to paint the inside of a cupboard door and leave it open for a day or two to see how the color looks at different times of the day. If you decide you don't like it, choose another color and test it on the inside of a different door. Hold on, I'm going to give you a pro tip that will let you have a pro finish. Don't ever try to skipping painting prep. Yes, you've heard it right. Failure to prep the cabinets properly can result in your brand new paint peeling, chipping, or cracking. So try to do adequate preparation, including cleaning, sanding, and priming. You know it's like that the paint adheres properly to the surface and lasts for years to come. By avoiding the next mistake, you can easily transform your kitchen cabinets into a masterpiece. The next on my list is not prepping correctly. You know, different types of cabinet materials require different preparation methods and painting techniques. Failing to consider the material type can lead to poor adhesion, uneven coverage, and premature paint failure. You know the most conducive type of cabinet material to paint is wood. Well, if your cabinets are not wood, medium density fiberboard, MDF, or compressed faux wood, you're likely in for much more prep work. Also, laminates, plastic-coated, and other shiny materials can be painted, but not without additional prepping to ensure that the paint adheres. Don't do mistakes like insufficient area prep. Of course, you'll want to make sure to properly tape off the cabinets and properly clear or cover everything in the kitchen to avoid spilling paint on anything. I know it takes a little extra time, but it's a lot faster than trying to remove paint from places it shouldn't be later. You know, leaving the doors and hardware on. It might seem leaving the hardware and doors on your kitchen cabinets will save time, but it can actually make the project much more complicated than it needs to be. So if you remove the doors, you can get better, more even coverage, and keep all your hinges and other headwear clean and paint-free. Here's my pro tip. Label the inside of the doors, and put the hardware for each door in a baggie with a corresponding label to avoid any problems when you're putting them all back together when you're finished. The next most common mistake is painting over grease. It's too dirty already, fellas. Yes, kitchen cabinets really can accumulate a lot of grease. I believe you already know that, right? I mean, it becomes airborne in the steam from the stove and settles on their surface, right? Do you know the natural oils from fingers can also build up over time around kind of like the handles and edges? So here's a trick. When you clean the cabinets for painting, you may need to use a degreaser to remove this stubborn layer, or it will interfere with proper paint adhesion. Yes, it does. You'll see it. Just avoid the next mistake in our list to leave your cabinets looking flawless. Over sanding or not sanding, really. Oh, that's the main part. I mean, while it is important to desand every bit of surface before painting, it's not necessary or advisable to sand all the way down to the wood. Like I said, in addition to sanding to prep the surface for painting, it's a good idea to lightly sand between each coat to smooth out any areas of overcoverage and remove any bubbles. Are you tired of amateur-looking cabinets? Don't do this mistake ever. Using the wrong paint applicator. By the way, make sure you have all the right paint applicators for every stage and section of the project. Using an old or inferior brush can cost you. A brush that's too big can leave streaks, and a chiseled sponge applicator can be a game changer in the tight spots. Just saying, a mini roller followed by a good brush can even be a good combination for the front of the cabinet. The next, I'll show you how to achieve a professional grade finish on your kitchen cabinet. Well, the next is the bad of the all. Skipping the primer coat. Like I said, the best way to ensure even paint coverage, especially when changing the color of your kitchen cabinets from dark to light, is using a primer coat. I mean, well, this coat will have a different finish than your top coat, and serves to seal the surface, conceal stains, and provide an even, welcoming canvas for your finish coats. No. The next coming is using the wrong paint finish. Yeah, all that hard work won't last if you use the wrong paint finish, full stop. I mean, without a semi-gloss or gloss paint finish, your kitchen cabinets could become dingy and stained rather quickly. Honestly, for an easy-to-clean, lasting finish, use a durable, moisture-resistant semi-gloss or gloss finish in the kitchen. So do you want to impress guests with your kitchen transformation? Let's get a high-end kitchen cabinet finish. The last mistake I'd rather discuss is rushing the drying time. Yes, don't try it too fast. Really. In a way, rushing the drying time can result in cupboard doors that stick and kind of paint damage during reassembly. I'd recommend to waiting for a minimum of 48 hours before reattaching the cabinet doors and hardware. Give it some time so the paint can fully cure. So that's all for our today's episode. I believe you'll enjoy these tips. If you've loved it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be waiting for your thoughts in the comment section below.